Biden formally declared his candidacy for the 1988 Democratic presidential nomination on June 9, 1987. He was considered a strong candidate because of his moderate image, his speaking ability, his high profile as chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee at the upcoming Robert Bork Supreme Court nomination hearings, and his appeal to baby boomers. He would have been the second youngest person elected president, after John F. Kennedy. He raised more in the first quarter of 1987 than any other candidate. By August his campaign's messaging had become confused due to staff rivalries. And in September, he was accused of plagiarizing a speech by British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock. Biden's speech had similar lines about being the first person in his family to attend university. Biden had credited Kinnock with the formulation on previous occasions, but did not on two occasions in late August. U-200A 230-232, U-200. Kinnock himself was more forgiving. The two men met in 1988, forming an enduring friendship. Earlier that year he had also used passages from a 1967 speech by Robert F. Kennedy, for which his aides took blame, and a short phrase from John F. Kennedy's inaugural address. 2 years earlier he had used a 1976 passage by Hubert Humphrey. Biden responded that politicians often borrow from one another without giving credit, and that one of his rivals for the nomination, Jesse Jackson, had called him to point out that Jackson, had used the same material by Humphrey that Biden had used. A few days later, an incident in law school in which Biden drew text from a Fordham Law Review article with inadequate citations was publicized. He was required to repeat the course and passed with high marks. At Biden's request, the Delaware Supreme Court's Board of Professional Responsibility reviewed the incident and concluded that he had violated no rules. Biden has made several false or exaggerated claims about his early life. That he had earned 3 degrees in college. That he attended law school on a full scholarship. That he had graduated in the top half of his class. And that he had marched in the civil rights movement. The limited amount of other news about the presidential race amplified these disclosures, and on September 23, 1987, Biden withdrew his candidacy, saying it had been overrun by the exaggerated shadow of his past mistakes.